Hey, book lovers, welcome back to Shelf Addiction, the podcast where we dive deep into the pages of thriller and fantasy reads. I'm your host, Tamara, and today we are covering our August thriller buddy read. But first, a quick heads up, if you crave the full visual experience and want to ditch the ads, head on over to Patreon. You'll unlock ad-free video episodes, exclusive after shows, and other bonus content. Want even more bookish banter? Join our community over on the Book Clubs app, and don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening. Speaking of community, I am thrilled to welcome back my thriller mystery partner in crime, co-host and friend, Classy from the Bookish Virtual Assistant. Welcome back, Classy.
Tamara, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good for this Saturday morning. How about you?
Pretty good too. I'm like, this is August, and we've been having some like fall type weather, and I'm like, I'm not complaining, but I'm also like, I'm not ready for fall. So yeah, that part. And
I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Yeah.
Fall is my favorite season.
It used to be mine. I don't know. I still love it. I mean, I still enjoy it, but the thing is, it's just like, come on, let my summer be. Maybe because of in Illinois, we only have feels like 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, winter and summer.
Mm.
So that part.
That part.
Our winter is very long sometimes.
Us too. Sometimes winter goes to April.
Yes.
And then you have a really short spring.
Thank you. Like we had snow in May. I remember like a Chicago Cubs opener, there was snow. But I know I'm getting off topic, but that part.
Oh, well, pumpkin spice lattes are back. You looking at me like, girl, shut the hell up about the pumpkin spice lattes.
Just put a total damper on me right there.
Oh, sorry.
You one of those folks.
I know. I
used to like pumpkin spice lattes. I don't anymore. And I don't know. And I used to love them from Starbucks. And I don't know if they changed the recipe and the thing is too, your taste buds can change. They say your taste buds usually change about every 7 years. But I shall say, as a woman of a distinguished age, as I flip my hair, who is in, the throes of menopause, some shit just don't taste the same anymore.
Look, I get it.
That's where I'm at.
I don't love Starbucks stuff. I haven't for some years now, but the fancier, more well-made versions, I make one at home that's pretty good. But
hey, maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know. Me and pumpkin flavor just don't get along like it used to.
Well, when you come here, I'll make you one and you'll be like, this is actually good because I use real pumpkin.
I really can taste artificial stuff. Like, I don't like sugar-free. Probably the only sugar-free anything I like is probably a Coke Zero. I don't do sugar-free creamers. I'll just take my chance on the sugar. But the thing is I know that's probably, I figure that into my count for the day. But I'm like, that's one of the sacrifices. I'm not sacrificing a good creamer for sugar-free. I'm not.
I get it. I only allow full sugar on special occasions, like when I'm making a pumpkin spice latte the one time of the season. I usually only have it once or twice a season, and that's it. Okay. Or a Christmas drink, pumpkin something or another, again, twice a season, and that's pretty much it. The only calories I allow in my drinks is if it has alcohol. If it has alcohol, give me the calorie count. Otherwise, it better be 0.
Yeah. Oh, it's something about that aftertaste. Like I can't drink it. That and anything that has sucralose. But I guess we'll get on books. But
we will. But I'll say one more thing to that. I was raised on diet. I literally was drinking. My mom used to be a dieter, so I grew up drinking Diet Pop, and she never made us have our own pops. So I'm used to it. It tastes fine to me. Actually, regular pop tastes really sugary to me. Like I'm like,
I don't drink. I don't drink regular pop. But okay, but now I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, grew up on diet stuff because
Yeah,
you know how that goes.
Yep.
All right, y'all. The links to find both of us are in our on our socials are below in the show notes. So click around, do all the fun things. We appreciate you for doing that. As always with book chats, we talk full spoilers here. So spoiler alert, you've been warned. Today we are discussing the audiobook version of Judge Stone, written by Viola Davis and James Patterson. So expect us to talk about our thoughts on both the book, the story of the book, and the narration. Judge Stone was published March 9th, 2026 by Little Brown and Company and Simon & Schuster Audio. The audiobook is narrated by the one and only Viola Davis. The hardcover is 432 pages, and the unabridged audio is 11 hours and 20 minutes. Classy, would you kindly share the synopsis?
Yes. All rise for Judge Stone, the most respected citizen in Union Springs, Alabama, population 3,314, is Judge Mary Stone. She holds two responsibilities: running her family farm and presiding over her courtroom. It's there she draws the most controversial case in the history of the South. Criminally, it's open and shut. Ethically, there's no middle ground. Essentially, it's a choice between life and death. No judge can satisfy everyone. It would be dangerous to try. But Judge Stone is willing to fight to bring justice to the people and place she loves. I like that synopsis. I like the little criminally, ethically, essentially part. I was like,
yeah, it's true, because that's what the
clever.
case was. If you
Yeah.
look at strictly the law and nothing else, it was open and shut. But there's so much gray that, had to come into play here. But okay, so I have to admit, I was excited to see what kind of book Viola Davis wrote, but I was also nervous because James Patterson. Only because
Exactly.
only because he's been pairing up with everyone and their mother and kind of phoning it in some ways, depending on who the story and the co-writer. So it was going to be a hit or a miss.
Yeah. Yeah, because, he's done it with what? Bill Clinton, Dolly Parton, a few big names.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I was trying to, because here's the other thing. Like, I haven't read a James Patterson book in probably 15, 20 years. So I'm not even sure where his writing came into play in this book.
Mm-hmm.
Because for one, Viola Davis has only written a memoir.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't say, ooh, I can really feel James Patterson in this book.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm just going to base it upon Viola did the majority of this book.
It didn't feel like James Patterson anywhere, which I liked.
Yeah. Well, and the only part, you know what? I will dial back and say, just because of a lot of James books have been adapted for television, that part.
It did feel like a TV show.
It's already made for TV. So
or a
that
movie.
part. Yes. So I will say it did give me that vibe. Like, I can already tell, and I don't know if it is or not, because I have not done my due diligence to see if this is possibly going to be a movie or adapted for TV. But while reading this, it was very visual and very made for TV.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, what else? I think that when I first shut the book or turned off the audiobook, I actually felt some emotions there at the end. I love a realistic ending. So obviously, spoiler alert, y'all, we're going to jump right into it. At the end, I said, there's no way she is going to get off. There is no way. And then when it came back that the jury couldn't make a decision, and then she had to read the rules to them about, like, kind of pushing them to make a decision, I was like, oh, she ain't gonna get off. I know it. There's no way they're gonna give us a happy ever after like that. And then at the last, like a Hail Mary, Judge Stone was like, it just popped in her head, and it was the most brilliant thing. She's like, in this state, I can overturn any jury and make a choice. I was like, oh my God. And then I said, oh, your career's over, girl.
Yes. She's like, I'm going to pull rank, but that was when she could use her power for good.
Yeah. And she did. And all that to say, it wasn't a little happy-go-lucky at the end, but I was okay with it. I was fine with it. That was something that would never happen in reality. In reality, she would have lost. But I'm fine with the author giving us that at the end.
Yes, I was too.
Yeah.
Because, in the end, too, we got to realize that these are books.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, real life, I know people say, that would never happen in real life and blah. It's a book.
I know.
And we read for enjoyment and get away. But I too felt like she wasn't going to get off, truly based upon that state, that city's, pro-life views and the historical racial tension.
Mm-hmm.
So for one, you have Judge Mary Stone, who is a Black woman. You have Brianna Gaines, the doctor, another Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And the young lady who Brianna performed the abortion on, a young Black girl.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not even sure, because they really didn't tell us the racial makeup of the jury. They just
I
kind
thought
of
they
said,
did. Didn't they
did
say?
they?
I feel like they did. I thought they said.
They had one guy, I remember them talking to one guy, Brianna Gaines treated his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming he may have been a Black guy based upon, because they didn't say he was, I don't remember them saying he was Black or white, but that she treated her good. And I'm not positive. It doesn't ring a bell in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember some comments made about the juror, but nothing specifically told me the racial makeup of the jury. But I was kind of weary, because, a jury of your peers, but that doesn't mean, that's the other thing. A jury of your peers doesn't always mean Black or white.
Yeah. I know where I've got that from. The first trial at the beginning of the book with that guy who had did something on his land. That trial, she told us the makeup of that jury, not the major trial. That's where I was getting that from.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I was just assuming of this, because I think they had mentioned, I can't remember who it was. Was it the prosecutor or the governor who was saying many of these people can't afford to be sequestered for this kind of trial for that many days because they have farm and they have this, and that. And so I'm assuming it could have been a mixed group of people, but this town was very religious, Bible belt, Bible thumping, pro-life.
Yeah, there was a lot to say about a lot of the topics in here, including the church. The church was an issue. It was a difficult topic to handle, but I think it was done well. And I think maybe pro-lifers wouldn't like the book. Yeah. But I think that the attorney that was written in for the Dr. Bria,
Thank you, because I called her Brianna, I think. Bria.
Yeah. Oh, Bria Gaines. Yeah. I think that Davis did a good job with him because he was able to say all the things that needed to be said without it coming across like, I don't know, like the
they
author
were pulling the race card.
Yeah, but it really, because it was more than that, right? It's really about So in this case, the girl is 13 years old. And actually, I have to give the author more credit because I was so grateful that it wasn't a molestation situation. I was nervous. I'm like, what happened? Was it an adult? I would prefer,
Yeah.
and it's not, I would prefer neither one of the situations. But if I had to choose between her being attacked by her peers or slightly older than her high school boys, right? Or a grown adult molesting her, which the prosecution tried to imply. They were like, you want to send her back to that, instead of calling the cops, how they tried to throw that out there. That was so shisty. But
yeah. And yeah, you didn't protect her. You just put her back out there to the wolves.
yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
those are the kind of things you would hear in court. I feel like they will hold no punches.
Yep.
Trying to get the verdict they want.
Yeah.
And actually, so question for you. How old do you think Judge Stone was? Did they say how old she was?
I was thinking in her 40s, but they didn't. I don't think they ever mentioned an age. And
Okay.
I'm only thinking 40 because of the time it takes to probably, get to that level.
Okay. So
I don't know.
Gemini, and of course we can only trust Gemini so far, but Gemini says she's 50.
Okay.
and I think in this, we'll talk about the audiobook specifically later, but because we listened to the audiobook, I, in my head, thought she was older because Viola Davis's voice is older, it's seasoned. So I thought maybe she's closer to 60. And then the fact that she was
Really?
and the fact that she was willing to throw away her career. I'm like, well, maybe she's older because she's like, I've done what I want to do. I'm going to stick on this farm now, And there were times during the book where she would talk about she wasn't as young as she used to be, as she was mucking out the stalls or stuff. She would make these comments. I'm like, well, I guess a 40-year-old would say that, or a 50-year-old would for sure. But just because of the combination of the things, I was thinking maybe she's closer to 60, but that's not right.
Yeah. And even the 40 part, I wasn't thinking early 40s. I was definitely thinking late 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking late 40s, like 45 or mid 40, 45 to whatever. And then the throwing away her career part, I just felt like with that and tired because she was a farmer, taking care of a farm is a lot of freaking work. And she's done that for years of her life, pre, judge time and current. So maybe yeah. And I just think too, even though she's throwing away that career, people who, and I'm no expert. That's why I can't wait to get to book club and hear Trinette commentary on this because, she has more experience with this. But they usually have an opportunity to go into some other kind of field and um,
like teaching,
maybe
and she could teach people how to get away with murder.
Oh, how clever of you. How clever of you.
Look, you open the door and I walk through.
But you know what I mean? Like they have other avenues or, like once they, no longer judge, but I don't know if during her career way, would that stop her from being able to practice law? And if it is, like you said, she could go into teaching, advocacy,
Mm-hmm.
so many things. And I just felt like too with that, she's like this little rinky dink. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of y'all and your little 3,000 people, 3,314 population. I can go do something else.
Yeah.
But she loved that city or that town. So, but yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, and Viola's voice is very, and I won't even say as much as seasoned. She just has a husky voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and I believe she's probably had this husky, like that voice she has, I don't think it's ever been high pitched.
I don't.
Yeah.
I've never. I don't know. I don't even know.
Have you ever seen her in earlier movies? Yeah.
I mean,
I think she's
I feel
always
like
had a deeper voice.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen her in anything before How to Get Away with Murder. I'm really trying to remember. I felt, or at the very least, that was the first thing that I really noticed her, right? And that was some
Okay.
time ago. And then all the things she's been in since then. But I'm trying to
Yeah.
think before that show, what has
She
she been
starred
in?
in Doubt, which was
Doubt.
phenomenal.
Doubt. A movie?
Yes, it's such a phenomenal movie.
Wait, is
And
that
that was
with?
her first, that's when she was starred with Meryl Streep.
Okay, I
And it
don't think I
was
saw it.
she is a mother who has a son who he attends is it a Catholic church or Catholic school? And one of the priests is accused, I think, of molesting children.
Oh my gosh.
Um, and I think I don't think her son had accused him, but
Mm-hmm.
I think they may have been asking him, hey, you had a close relationship with this man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can't remember, but if you can, um, check it out. Doubt,
And so what year?
2008.
2008. Is that her
Mm.
oldest credit?
Let me see. As far as movies, it looks like it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because then she did The Help in 2011.
Oh, yeah,
You
she was
know?
in The Help. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But just
Yeah.
barely. I think I
Yeah.
saw that movie
You are
once.
smart. You are
Yeah.
kind. You are intelligent. But yeah, her voice has always been on the lower register, alto, probably close maybe to two, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure. But yeah. Um, but yeah.
Hmm. So, okay. Well, let me hold that for when we talk about the audiobook because I do have some more comments on that.
Okay.
Okay. What else? So, what did you think about her deciding, or the story in general, with using a teenager as the catalyst for this whole story instead of, like, I don't know, someone older?
Adult woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I believe the 13-year-old girl being used here sensationalized the story even more
Mm-hmm.
because consent from a parent. And I also think this was important because of the political climate that we're in
Mm-hmm.
currently,
Mm-hmm.
where, as they brought up several times, that bringing a young woman, a young person, girl, a teenager, having a baby, the risk of it,
Mm-hmm.
and that even though they are a child and need their parents' permission, a lot of times parents don't realize because, oh, people have been having babies since, they had babies at 13 back in the day and they're just fine. But are
They
they?
died as well.
Yeah. And the thing is too, like, but were they really? Have you really, did they really look at the effects of those young women having children just because they delivered the baby and they're doing okay? Nobody talks about their mental state. Nobody gives them a voice because you're a child and I'm the mother. And people, so I feel like you were saying, there were so many topics to be brought into this story that was addressed. The narrative was, the social commentary, you got that, here's this young girl, even if she went to her mother to say, Mom, I want this abortion. She already knew her mother wasn't going to allow her to do it. And I feel like with an adult woman, we wouldn't have got that part. We would have gotten it broke the law.
Well,
And that was it.
they tried to say it doesn't matter. She broke the law. The prosecution did try it. They said it doesn't matter how bad her home circumstances are or how she became pregnant. That's not what we're here for, according to the
Right.
prosecutor.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I believe them bringing a teenager into as not the main character, but the focal point of this because of consent, their voice. Because again, this girl was raped. It wasn't even consent. You know what I mean? It wasn't consensual. And even
No.
if it was consensual and she wanted to get, to have an abortion. But here you have this young woman who was raped,
Yeah.
and they were going to have to force this woman to bring to term a child by her rapist. So, you know,
And she
that's
didn't
why I
even
think
know
that.
who it was. She had to say in court she didn't know who the baby daddy was because it was two of them.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't
Yeah.
know.
And that's the thing too. Like, it's so funny. I'm taking a class on child abuse awareness because of the job that I'm in. And sometimes we have to deal with children, and, you know, just learning about how most victims who have been raped, abused, molested, whatever, never report their abuse until they're adults or never, and have to live with that. And I felt like this is probably just one of those topics that they just wanted to touch upon, uh, and let people know. Yes, if you feel you're pro-life and a baby is a baby, but who's looking after the mother who has to care for this child if she does bring this child to term?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
I always
just
say, oh, she could leave him up for adoption and she could do.
it's
We're not
not
there
about
yet.
we're not even there.
You know, like,
Yeah.
we're dealing with it right now. Like, what is that
Yeah.
child going through right now? Yeah.
Because she is a child. And the fact
Mm-hmm.
that
That part. And was
she
raising her mother's children at the time.
yes, she is already a little mother to other children. And she said, I can't have a baby. I got all these other kids to watch. She basically said that.
Yes, she did.
And that sounds very adult to me.
That she knew. I can't even take care of my damn self, let
Right.
alone. And her mother, I had mine at 15. Look at me. Yeah, look at you.
And you keep popping them out like an idiot.
That part.
Like,
I
what the
love
hell?
that part of the book.
Yeah.
I had a baby at 15. Look at me. You keep popping them out, and you have to rely upon the church to help you take care of this
And
child.
the church wasn't really
These children.
The church wasn't even really helping them until this case came up. And then the church started supplying them with stuff because
Yeah, she said
of
they
this
had
case.
all the cereal. Yes. Yes.
And so I know it's a small town and stuff's going to get out, but I feel like there is a law that you're supposed to protect underage victims. Like you people should not know her name. She should have been behind a wall in court or sequestered somewhere. It should have been a secret who she was.
Yeah.
That she is 13. That is not right. And so I don't know if the authors just decided for the sake of the story, we're just not even going to consider it. Didn't even bring it up. Didn't even mention it. Like,
Right.
wow.
Like, is that something that they chose to do that's not realistic? Because, you know, I felt like too, there were a few things, now that you bring that up, that here you have this young child and her identity is not protected. I felt like there were a few things in this book that were not credible as far as like a judge's actions, the things that this judge was doing that I don't know. And I'm not a judge. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm like, I don't think you could do that as a judge, you know, like coming, walking around the courtroom, strutting, you know, coming off the bench and addressing people directly in their faces. And I'm like,
yeah, she giving lectures and stuff.
Yeah, giving them candy and I'm like,
dude, it's giving Annalise Keating. I feel like she took inspiration from the character she played.
Yes, and granted, this is a book
Yeah,
again.
that's why I said she took inspiration.
Yeah, but she took a lot of liberty. But I'm like, even though this is a book, you still need to check with the experts to make sure can this be done, because the characters are fictional, but still let's make it realistic as possible.
Yeah.
Like especially courtroom drama or legal thriller stuff.
Right.
I was like, I'm not sure if that's something you do. Like when the one person interrupted the proceedings during the court and she jumps down and gets in their face. And I was like, get your ass back up in that. I wouldn't say pulpit
Yeah.
robe. Get your ass back up there. For one, it's like a security concern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those were
I
some
mean,
of the
I've
things.
seen on TV, and again, I thank the Lord, I have not been in court like that. I don't
Oh,
know what
I've
it looks
never
like.
either.
And I hope to never be there. So, especially for a criminal
Amen.
trial. But on TV, we see all the time judges banging their gavel and saying, one more word and you're going to be arrested and I'll hold you in contempt.
Yeah. Or get the
That sound,
bailiff.
yeah, that sounded more legit than walking up and trying to figure out who said that.
Girl, she was up there strutting like foghorn, her damn rooster.
Yeah.
That's all I saw. Getting off the bench going, get your ass, sit down.
That also feels
Mary.
old. It doesn't feel like a 40-year-old, 40-something. That feels old. You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah, I get it.
Like, that
So
does not.
yeah.
I'm in my 40s. I wouldn't be doing that even if I was a judge.
Girl, I'm past that 50 mark and I would be doing some of that.
See?
So yeah.
It feels, the character felt old to me. Older.
Okay, I'll give you that. I will give you that, ma'am. But yeah, those were some of the issues that I did have with this book, that I don't think some of the things she did as a judge were ethical. And if, granted, she did do them, she was not as good of a judge as we thought she was.
Well, she is a defense attorney she's a defense attorney at heart, and she's trying to make things fair. So, like, I think about,
yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So at the beginning of that, like, and that's the thing. That's the line that judges walk all the time, I think, where they're supposed to be following the law, right? But we know that your personal opinions and thoughts on things muddies the water every day. You can't say it doesn't.
Oh,
look at the judges we have now. So I think about, like, even that first case when she's looking at the attorney, like, don't you have something to say? Like, I'm trying to help you help yourself. You don't even know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
So, she didn't want to she didn't want the guy to go to jail for that, because she's like, come on, we know. Like, y'all ain't here playing with me. This attorney don't know what the fuck he's doing, and you over here being ultra aggressive. This shit thrown out. Out, get out of here.
Right. Yeah. And you're right. It does muddy the water. But I just felt like, too, like, there were some other things that she did. Well, she tried to reach some lawyer and couldn't. And she went to the local bar or something to talk to him. And I'm like, ma'am, you can't do that. You cannot have communication with somebody unless somebody else is present.
Who was the person she went to the bar with? Who was it?
Oh, God. Let me see. I'm trying to remember.
Like, I remember,
maybe it was in her case. I think it might have been in her case.
Her case.
One, for the farm.
That didn't even go to court, did
no,
it? Because, like, she went and she confronted the guy who subpoenaed or who served her papers.
No, then it wasn't that one. Then it was in one of these cases, and I can't remember. But she tried to call him on the phone, and she couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
So she wound up going to the bar where she knew he frequented. Gosh, I can't. And it was so, I don't think it was brought upon, it wasn't expounded upon, but she did. She saw him at the bar. Like, which one was it?
Now, I know she went to the bar after leaving the courthouse once. There was all those people out there, and something happened, and somebody kind of rescued her, and they end up in the bar. Was that him or somebody else? I don't know. I'm starting to forget.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. But that part, and then she's talking about the case with other people, too. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Ma'am, shut up. So those little things, those little nitpicky things, I thought they didn't do their due diligence with this book. Like, because if she's the main character,
yeah,
she is. This book says Judge Stone.
Yeah,
make sure she's doing all the things that you should be doing in a courtroom. So I felt like the editing or whoever didn't do their due diligence with this part. Like, why are you having this judge walking around the courtroom? You know, judges can't do that. Why, you know what I mean? Like, why are you can't do that.
Well,
I understand creative,
yeah.
but this is a legal thriller. Get your shit together.
Well, I think there was one
Legally.
scene where I said, you should not do what you're doing because you're getting real close to having to recuse yourself. So the part where, the woman, the nurse teacher, the school nurse was hung. And I said, you do not go over there. Do not go on that property. Do not walk up to that crime scene.
Yeah.
You
And she
know
mentioned
that
it at the
woman.
end.
You know
Yeah.
that woman has something to do with your case. You know she does. Get away from there immediately.
Yeah. Those things. Those are the little things. I was just like, okay, let me mark that down as unbelievable.
Yeah. I'm like, my
Unbelievable.
goodness. And maybe we
But
could chalk
other
that
than,
up to small town. Maybe small
yeah,
town
and that's
stuff
what
is a
I
little
thought too.
different.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, I would say, yeah, because you bet, because everybody knows everybody. Like she
Mm-hmm.
has so and so on speed dial, and everybody knew, they knew little things about each other,
Mm-hmm.
and that is small town folly. So, or father.
You'll never catch me in a small town.
We already talked about that from another book.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
let's not rehash that, but never.
Yeah. This was straight up Cheers, where everybody knows your name. Yeah. But yeah, those were the little things that nitpicked at me while reading the book. But other than that, I really enjoyed the story.
Mm-hmm.
I understand there's going to be people out here that's like, I saw a review and it's by somebody I know. I always have a hard time when adults try to help. Wait, let me look at her review really quick. Where is it? It was a good book. However, I don't like adults helping children to make adult decisions without consulting their parents. My issue with that is sometimes even parents don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You got parents who are raising kids that shouldn't really be parents. And are they listening to their child?
Well, we know her
out
mother
for
wasn't.
their true well-being. Right, because her mother she could have had that baby, and then y'all all would have been struggling.
So that's
and
the
granted,
thing. It's
granted,
like,
I know some things because I think I would have been upset if my daughter had an abortion without telling me. I know I would have probably been upset. I get that. But I also would like to be, I would also think, I would also think that I would be concerned, or I would have that conversation with my child to say, so what made you?
I think you would be upset for a different reason, though. I think you would be upset that your daughter couldn't feel like she could come to you.
That part.
That's what would make you upset.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you couldn't yield your opinion or get her to do what you wanted her to do. That's a different upset.
Right. Because I think in the end here's the thing. Now that you bring that up, and it just came to me. The thing in this end is the parents, when it comes to abortion, is the one who doesn't believe in abortion. That child, who is 13, granted.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she understands that this life that you're about to bring onto earth is yours for 18 years.
More.
This is right. This is your responsibility. And I know people are going to say, well, you should have did it. You play stupid games, you get stupid results. Everybody makes mistakes.
Dude,
okay. Adults make stupid mistakes.
In this case, this woman was assaulted in broad daylight by two dudes, high school kids.
But see, nobody wanted to think about that. All they thought about was, that's a child,
right?
That you're about to have a baby, not the circumstances of how it occurred.
And honestly, I think I know I have a very distinct opinion on minors. And I feel like I don't care the situations. Minors cannot consent. I strongly feel this. I don't care if she was 13 and her little boyfriend was 15. She can't consent. Or if her boyfriend was 18. Or if, I don't know, any combination. There's no way you can say, oh, well, she got pregnant because she was with her lover. Your brain is not formed.
I would say that frontal cortex, was it prefrontal cortex is not developed.
Yeah, you cannot consent.
But I know some
as
adults,
a minor.
I still think it's not developed. But anywho, I digress. Wait, let me take this away. I got something.
But
and I meant to bring it to a purpose. You have one. See?
Yeah. Where is it?
See that part. That part right there. I was like, let me start bringing these back out. My little wine. That part. I don't care if they two freaking teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, they made a mistake. They got to live with them consequences. And if that's the fucking case, folks, and I know I'm probably getting off this book, all you damn adults and the mistakes you made, let's see about those consequences.
Right.
So you're going to tell me you're not going to let that child have whatever, but it's religion. I digress because a lot of this is religion.
Yeah. Because, okay, so just to get on that topic for a minute, that fucking pastor, I would have knocked his block off. Like, you know what? You cannot tell nobody your business.
Girl, he would have been stumbling backwards.
Like, you seriously go sit in my face and throw that at me like you fucking know me? Okay.
You want to talk about a good shoulder? And kept it moving. Or
he would have.
And I'm sorry, pastor would have got a cuss word. You don't
he
get the
got
fuck
more
out of my
that.
face.
Exactly. Immediately.
Because if we want to dig up past, because most of you pastors have something.
Mm-hmm.
Don't start, pastor. But yeah. That I was like, you low down dirty.
Dude, that whole church thing. So the pastor guy was acting like trash. The governor acting like
wife
trash.
Telling that woman, get out. This is the one place this woman should be. Bria.
You don't tell her just because she had an abortion once that she has to recuse herself. What? Are you saying I can't think and be a judge? That's not.
Again, in somebody else's business, thinking you know everything.
See, that's exactly why. I don't tell nobody your business, period.
No, but the thing is she grew up in the church and she thought confession was going to be good for her soul.
It always bites you in the ass.
Take some shit to the grave, y'all. Just take it to the grave.
Yeah, stuff you know just what? Not supposed to share.
I would rather take my chance with Jesus than with man.
That's the only person that could judge you anyway. So there.
Yep. Anything I'm gonna get off my chest is gonna be on my knees between me and my God.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't need to. I just need to get. There's some stuff you just will not. This is the thing about me. You know how some people say, "Ask me anything. I'm an open book." I'm not. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. I am not that person. Don't ask. No, I don't hate it, but I'm the one to ask some people, "Are you really an open book? Are you? Can I ask you anything? Really?" Because I'm going to tell you now, you cannot. Do not ask me because I'm going to tell you. No. Yeah. Why would you? Mind your business.
I don't think people really mean that anyway when they say it. It's kind of like...
That's why I hate it. Like,
yeah.
You know what? The next time somebody says that, I'm going to be like, really? Are you?
Are you though?
Can I ask you? Have you ever had an abortion?
Right.
How old were you when you first had sex?
Right.
Have you ever cheated on your... You know what I mean? Like,
they'll be like, why are you asking me that?
You said you're open book. Ask me anything. No, I'm not. Ooh.
See?
All right, back to the book. This book, that's the kind of shit that this book did bring up for me. You know, the church, and how strong people their belief in the stronghold that the church has on them, uh, and how it can backfire on you. Here, Bria goes to the church because she just needed to feel. It wasn't even you guys, it was just the feeling. And they look at her and they shun her, and the pastor's wife tells her to get out.
Get out. Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
what would Jesus do, ma'am?
Not that.
That's why, right. That's why I will take my chances with Jesus before I will with man. Because I thought I was, and I mean, and I know it happens. I've seen it. I was a heavy church person. I have seen this stuff. So I have a disdain. It just brought up some stuff in me like, just why I
But
don't
that's
go
real.
now.
That's how,
This is why I'm not in that house now.
Yeah. Some church people, I swear, I can say in my lifetime, I've seen the most holier than thou church people doing the most shadiest, dirtiest stuff. Like, what? You supposed to be so, why are you lying? Why are you stealing?
Yeah.
Why are you judging? Yeah, oh my God. It's the
Yeah.
worst. The worst.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I really do think that this book, other than those little things, I felt like it was a good book. It was, the pacing was great.
Yeah, it was fast.
Yeah. The social commentary, which I think we've touched upon heavily because it was a big part of this story in the way she weaved it to get, all this. You got the racism, sexism, old South beliefs, Alabama, right in, like
Lord, that is one place I'll never live. I don't care. I don't know what it would take. It would take a miracle.
Add in Mississippi. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never lived in those places. We didn't even take a break. So we still got a little bit of time. So we're going to take our break. We just blew past our break time. Check out these commercials by listening to those. You are supporting the podcast. When we come back, we will talk specifically about the audiobook. We will give our rating and we'll share what we're reading next. Come right back. Welcome back. I feel like we've just scratched the surface. There were so many things.
There's so many things.
Yeah, we've been sitting here for 45 minutes and there's so many things we haven't even touched on yet, but there's not enough time. I don't know. Unless there's something that you want to bring up specifically that you also need to touch on, we'll talk about it.
No, I don't. It was just, I saw where, at first I was like, where is this farm? Where is she going with the farm?
Mm-hmm.
And the animals, and because at first it was like they're gonna take my farm away because this and that, and I feel like that was a plot hole that didn't really close, because
they didn't need it at all. The sub story.
No, yeah, they didn't.
Because guess what? The farm got blew up anyway, so who cares?
But I think what she was trying to do, but it was so far-fetched. She was trying to weave in the birth of the foal from her mare and the story of the young girl and the baby. And I was like, it's a stretch. It's a stretch. Yeah. But I got it. But what I did enjoy about the farm story, which is still a stretch, is that her love for the animals and how she didn't have children of her own, but they brought her that joy when she would come home. But again, it's a legal thriller, and I wasn't sure exactly how she was gonna weave it in. And then it was like, oh, that's how we're gonna do this. Okay.
So that's making me wonder if they plan on doing a book 2 ever, because there were things that were open. So, like you said,
I believe so too.
Like the guy who tried to get the property. Obviously, that was never fully dealt with.
Fleshed out. It was not.
So there was no conclusion. We knew he came back trying to get less money after they submitted some documents. Mm-hmm. But she was like, I ain't paying that either. go ahead. And that's pretty much the last time we heard about it.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be an heir or a relative who could get part of it.
Supposedly, but they got to prove it. So that's open. I guess this is kind of a side note, but I want to know why the K was written on the doctor. Who was she from? That same group that hung the nurse?
I believe so.
Like,
and the group that raped Noah. I mean, what was her name?
I can't think of the little girl's name right now.
Nova.
Nova. There we go. But I think they were kids, so they probably just doing what their parents do.
Well, they said that they were, in the end, they said they had some kind of affiliation, which, like you were saying, it could be from their parents, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were, because that same red K was on Just Stone's front door, or whatever that marking was before she heard the explosion.
Which is, why she confronted the guy in court before she recused herself. She did confront him. It's like, forget it, you don't have to answer. I already know the answer. But then also, so we have that white supremacy group to deal with still. Like, it's not really been what's to deal with them. They're just there, I guess. The property, the pastor, I feel like that needs to be figured out if he's working with that bad DA, because that came up again later.
No.
So after she was like, injured from that explosion, the little woman from the DA's office gonna show up and say, "Oh, we got this dirt on you," basically trying to blackmail her. And then she go, "Oh, you know what? I got some too."
Girl, that part. I was like, yes. Got something in your pocket.
She said, "My dirt is bigger than yours, so go on ahead back there, girl."
And then looked at her and was like, oh my God, he has done it to you too, girl.
Yes. Like, ugh. So I don't know. There are several unanswered questions, which makes me wonder, could there be a part 2? She could keep writing. I mean, she did get reelected. She could do another court
I believe
case.
there is a part 2.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's so many things. Because, like, what is she? Right, she got reelected. So what's next?
Yeah, what's next? So I'd like to talk about the audiobook. I think that Viola Davis is a great narrator as well. I like her voice in general, but I do feel like, I hate to say this, but look, ma'am, you are very multifaceted. We know you are very talented. But again, I stand by what I said. This judge sounded older to me, not only because of all the different things we brought up during this conversation, the actions of the judges, which you wrote, Miss Davis, and now you are telling this story, and the way you're telling the story again makes the judge seem older to me. I think it wouldn't have been the worst thing ever to have a different narrator if you wanted the judge to seem a different way.
Okay.
That's just
fair.
my 2 cents. And she did a good job, but...
Yeah, but that's fair. That's very fair. I enjoyed her reading, because there were certain parts that when she read it, you could really tell that she was an actress. And because the way I felt like she brought the story to life, and maybe it was the pacing of it, like she knew certain ways to pause and to add a flair to it. So I will say I did like that part. Her narrating ability, and to make it visually appealing to a listener. And that's why I felt like, oh, I can really see this as a movie. But I also felt like by listening, the way she read it, I felt like I was right there. She knew when to get the dramatical pause, or when to her, inflection, intonation, all that kind of stuff. And I know there are a lot of narrators out there who are actors or voice actors and things like that. But I felt like she did nail that. But now that you say that, as far as her voice and the characters, I get that part. I did at one point hear, excuse me, where she was trying to change up her voice for one of the male characters. She tried it, but then she missed it on another time. I don't know if you picked up on that, but I was like, oh, I think she's trying to,
she just sounds like herself always. Like, even when she was trying to speak for Nova, I could tell she was softening her voice some, but she
That
sounded like
part.
herself. You know what
You're
I'm
right.
saying?
I get it. Yeah, that part. Yeah. It was like she was trying, but she doesn't have that range.
No, she doesn't have the flexibility. Some narrators that we have experienced, you really hear different characters, and it's the
Mm-hmm.
same person.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
she doesn't have that skill.
No, she doesn't. She really doesn't. And I'm like, she tried, but but she knew like different spots, like, ooh, I should do this, or I
Because it's
should
her
raise
story.
my
She
voice.
knows it.
Yeah, yeah. But you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, I think she tried to do a male voice. And then she forgot to try and do it again. But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna listen to the story.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
overall, I think the audiobook version was great. It was fast paced, but I can't not critique it. So it
And now that
it
you
was
say
not
that about
perfect.
Nova, Miss Judge Stone, yeah, now I can hear how that when she was doing Nova's voice and how, um, yeah, she couldn't at all.
We need someone who could do a real child's voice, because at 13, your voice is still pretty light.
Yeah. Okay. Now Viola sound like she smoked 2 packs of Newport a day.
Kind of, sort of. Just
But
like
I love Viola. But
we
she do
all
sound
do.
like
She is a
she's
national
she,
treasure. Don't get it
yeah.
twisted. We all love her.
But she do sound like she smoked Newports or Benson and Hedges. Yeah, she do.
Yeah.
No filter.
And
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I like about how we review books, because I feel like I would love to meet her one day. I would love to get a photo and talk to her one day, or even interview her one day. But that won't stop me from being critical when I read
Yes,
something.
exactly.
So,
Yep. But it was,
yeah.
but it was a fun book in the end. It wasn't one of those ones where I was like, oh my God, I can't get into this. It wasn't the fastest book. And here's the other thing too that I think people might not realize, because it's a legal thriller.
Mm-hmm.
And some legal thrillers, I haven't read too many legal thrillers, but I know the pacing is not that. It picks up kind of later on because you're getting to the crime. There's certain things where they got to lay things out. Um, but it took me some time to read just because life was lifing. But there was never a time where I did not want to get back to this story. You know what I mean? Like, there's been some stories we've read, and I'm just like, do I really have to? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm doing the podcast. I can't bow out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was the same for me with this. I was trying to hold off to finish it because we pushed back the recording a little bit, but I couldn't. I'm like, I want to see how it ends. So I'm like, I want to get back to it right now.
yeah, yeah.
And that was good. Actually, though, at the beginning of this, I just knew I was going to be pissed off the whole book, how it started. But thankfully, I wasn't pissed off the whole book. But I just felt like at first, I'm like, oh no, it's one of these. Am I going to be like so mad at everybody? Like,
Yeah,
don't even look at me sideways while I'm reading this book. But
girl, it's like, I'm gonna have one of those Roots effect. Like after I watch Roots, there's a certain demographic. Don't say nothing to me this week.
Yeah,
Don't
not
say
today,
shit.
not this
No,
week.
I'm not feeling y'all.
No, let this fade in my memory for a little while first. So, but
Exactly.
it didn't turn out that way. Actually, I was really glad that she decided to give the doctor a very good lawyer versus a very bad one that she almost. And I'm like, that woman is dumb as hell. You are a doctor, but also so very dumb. So smart, but so stupid. You are going to enlist the help. And I understand your little friend. He's the one friend you met when you first got to the place. And he's an attorney. So you want to have him help you.
Represent you.
After his poor performance during your first court thing, I'd be like, dude, I gotta find somebody else. I love you as a friend, but you can't represent me because you're trash.
No, because I am trying
I'm trying not to go to jail for 99 years or death. And this fool, and then of course, when the guy who's obviously he's a white man from the city, he wants to come out and help her, and he gives this amazing opening, and she's like, that was really good, but I have to give it to I trust my friend. And the friend's like, look, I'm telling you, you better hire this man. Don't be silly.
Yeah, right. I know we friends and all, but I think you got a better chance with than
Yeah.
me.
And I couldn't, how stupid she was acting. I'm like, are you trying to go to jail? You trying to say, just sign me up for jail right now? Because that's what she
Yeah.
was doing. That other attorney, you would have been right there under the dang on jail. They wouldn't even had any time to even contemplate and go back and forth because they all would have
not
said
at
you were
all.
guilty.
That Lindquist, that lawyer Lindquist, the little young girl. Oh, I'll get on her really quick before we end this story. I mean, this podcast. But yeah, if she would have had that judge, they'd have ate his ass up,
Mm-hmm.
chewed him up and spit him out. But Lindquist, she was getting on my nerve, just the way she was getting on Judge Stone's nerve, trying to talk to Bria in that way and trying to, I felt, a little coercion. I felt like she was doing. But I was like, ugh. And then when in the story they mentioned even Nova could tell, I was like, smart girl.
Yeah,
Smart
she
girl.
like, I don't trust this woman.
Something ain't right. She too
Like,
damn nice.
Something is wrong with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I think a little girl's smarter than that.
Yeah. So
Isn't that
so
crazy?
I did enjoy that part. But yeah, that link was, but she wrote a good character. She got on my nerve like that. She wrote her really well.
Okay, so all right, let's rate them. Lately we've been rating them sort of separately. So let's go ahead and give the audiobook a rating and then the book itself a rating. You want to go first?
Audio. Yeah, I'll give the audio 4 and book a 4.
Wow, great minds. We are thinking alike today. I think from all the reasons we stated, it was good. Yeah, was it perfect? No, there were problems, but as with any book, but overall it was enjoyable and fast and yeah, good job.
Yeah. Now,
for
if
your
you're a
first
lawyer,
fiction.
you might not like this. You might be like, ugh.
Yeah.
But as your average reader and looking for entertainment, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I kind of missed having something to solve, but
I know, right?
yeah.
We
Yeah.
already know. We already know everything. But then again, like that, it's a legal thriller. It's nothing mysterious. And I saw on Goodreads one of the tags is mystery, like they're well, the only mystery in it, and that's not the main part of the story, is who really did burn, her house down, but and that was exposed or discovered at the end, but that wasn't the focal point of this book. I was like, take that damn mystery tag off.
Yeah, it did not need the mystery tag. It barely deserves a thriller tag, honestly, barely.
Right. This was
It's really
definitely
crime
just
fiction.
fiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I think a lot of people just don't know the difference. But yeah, it was that part. But it was, and I think that was the other thing too, that this was just like watching a movie, a nice little Law and Order session. And it was, I don't know if, did you ever see Time to Kill?
I think I did.
This was almost giving me a little Time to Kill vibes.
Yeah, I think that was the one. I feel like I remember it.
McConaughey and Samuel Jackson and his daughter was attacked by.
Yeah, I remember that scene to this day. Like they just had her little feet kicking. I was just so angry. That was enraged. Just like, don't talk to me for 4 days. Yep. Nobody.
None. Don't even breathe.
No. Yeah, I was very upsetting.
Yeah, it was. It was giving me some John Grisham Time to Kill vibes. Yeah. But yeah. And I was like, when I was listening, I was like, did Patterson write that too? Because it's giving me that vibe, but he didn't. It was John Grisham. So again, legal thriller. Yeah.
It's always in the South too. There's always some stuff in the South. No offense for Southerners, sorry.
Right, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah. Okay, so up next, we are returning to Karen Slaughter. We are going to read The Secrets We Hide which is a continuation of a book that we read last year and we really liked.
Hey,
And
I can't
yeah,
wait.
I feel like Karen Slaughter is like a guaranteed win for us. We've had extreme luck
Yeah,
with her.
I agree. I agree. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to her and her shenanigans. And I love her new Instagram post that she's sharing or how she's promoting this book. Loving it.
What is it? What was it?
I don't know if it's her. I've sent you a few on Instagram. Somebody's doing where they're interrogating somebody in the police station. Let me see if I can find.
Okay. Maybe I'll look. Maybe I'm a couple behind or something. I don't know. Or I
Yeah,
missed one.
but I feel like she really does have fun with promoting her book and having fun with herself,
Mm-hmm.
laughing at herself and her character. So she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't take things too seriously.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so that just came out, y'all. So brand new, hot off the press. So I'm very excited. And it's going to
Yes,
be a
me
change
too.
of pace from this because she definitely does have us trying to figure stuff out. So,
She doesn't hold the punches
no.
on some of her scenes. So if you have not read any Karen Slaughter, be ready.
Yeah, it's
She
dark.
can be descriptive.
Yeah.
And I'm
In,
here for it.
in the best way possible.
I'm here for all.
Yeah, but I like dark stuff at times. So we're her audience, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if it's someone bad. I don't mind them being sliced and diced. Go for it.
Eat them.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening to the entire episode. We appreciate you for doing it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, keep your TBR high and your spoilers tagged. We'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Did you enjoy today's episode? If so, please head over to Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave a positive 5-star review. It's a simple action that makes a big difference. You can also like this episode on your favorite podcast player or share it with your fellow bookworm friends on social media. Joining the Shelf Addiction Patreon family is another way to support us. For as little as $2 a month, you can help our team create even more amazing bookish content. If Patreon isn't your thing, consider becoming a supporter on the Spreaker app for just $5 a month and gain access to exclusive audio-only content. You can find me everywhere, including Instagram, X, and TikTok under the handle Shelf Addiction. Join our book club of the same name on the book club's website and app, where we discuss all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven Network. Thanks for tuning in.